Welcome to the TDC Today Show communities. My name is Sue Roscoff. The Disability Channel, or TDC, is out of Toronto, Ontario, Canada, showcasing abilities. TDC is committed to providing quality digital media production services, education, and employment programs by and for persons with disabilities and veterans. TDC offers digital media production, video production, post production, social media, and podcast creation, production, and support. TDC offers education and employment programming, which includes digital media courses to persons with disabilities who are unemployed and underemployed. TDC also offers community partnerships. Through partnerships and sponsorships, community partners and organizations become ability champions by supporting media created by and for people with disabilities and veterans. We are your USA team, and I am so excited to share some friends with you this evening. The first I'm going to go ahead and bring in is the wonderful Richard Brooks. We had an awesome conversation earlier tonight, and I'm so thrilled to be able to share him with everyone. Richard, come on in and say hello. How are you?
Well, welcome, Sue. I am doing wonderful this evening.
Glad you are here. I wonder if you can share a bit about what you do with everyone, because I think they're going to be very interested in what you all do.
Well, I, my mission over the years, and I had over a 55-year business career, which I retired in 2018. But instead of retiring, all I did was move from working full-time hours for someone else to full-time hours online. But over all the years and including right now, my main mission has been helping people. And currently, I help provide a number of different business solutions to help businesses because right now the economy, let's just say it's a challenge in the current economy.
It's a very politically correct way to say that. And yes, there's people can definitely find some wisdom and insights from all of your wonderful experience. And I know you utilize the platform Alignable quite a bit with what you're doing with meeting folks. And you want to share a little bit about what you do there?
I'll be glad to, Sue. Yeah, I started with the Alignable platform, which is a free platform. You can upgrade, but you can do quite a bit as a free member. I started with them back in January of 2023. And within the first week, I knew that I wanted to upgrade just so that I could become a group leader and host a group there on Lineable. And that's what I did. I went through training. I started a group. The name of my group was originally Save My Business because, again, it was right after COVID. And even though COVID was somewhat over, businesses were still closing down left and right. So, um, Alignable is a great platform, but there's, of course, many others. But Alignable does have approximately 10 million business owners on it. And the advantage is it's basically all business owners, Sue.
Excellent. And so I'm kind of curious then with that group with Save My Business, what do you have any stories or examples you want to share maybe with what that experience was like? Because if people are coming like that to that group, I could just imagine that there had to be some challenges involved along the way and a lot of problem solving.
Well, I agree with you there. Yeah, it was the name has changed over the years. I've changed it a couple times. My group is currently called Providing Solutions. Um, but the main thing I will share is that I've now talked to well over 5,000 individuals on that platform. I've had 1 hour Zooms with well over 500 people. Um, I have personal connections that I've made on Lineable of well over 2,000. And I'm currently the admin for at least three different groups on Lineable. But the one thing that stands out is in talking to a lot of people, uh, people will, when you first talk to them, they'll say business is great. And I understand where they're coming from. But when you get on a 1 hour Zoom with them, by the end, they share that, hey, if things don't get better in 3 months, I'm going to close my business. So um, I wish it was better news, but that was what I heard back in 2023, and of course now I'm hearing somewhat the same things, that a lot of businesses that were doing great even up to the first of the year, now they're wondering what's going on. So.
And as you're working with folks, then is there something that's been maybe like the most common thing that you're seeing, and how, or maybe if whether it's that, or what is it that you are able to do to really help people through that transition of, I've got this problem, I need to figure this out. What has been your key role along the way with folks?
Well, as far as the alignable platform, ever since I started my group and now in the other new groups, I provide a lot of free information to people. Now, I will tell you, there's other members of the Alignable platform. They'll provide information, but they charge you for it. Um, just like coaches. Um, I've met coaches on Alignable that, well, let me just say that they want $5,000 to $10,000 just to start talking to them. And a lot of the people that come to the Alignable platform come there from other platforms because it is free, and they come there because they're desperate and they're trying to get clients to keep in business. So that's some of the stories that I hear. And when I can, I try and give them advice to try and do better on the platform. And I'll be honest with you, after talking to you now, I'm going to be uh, on the lookout for people with different disabilities, because I know I've come across a few that are struggling, and perhaps I can help people in that area be able to do something on the Alignable platform.
Excellent. Oh, I love it. Well, and it's exciting to hear that there is somebody like you available and willing to help. That's a great, great thing that is not common, right? To be able to find
Well,
somebody in that.
yeah, I will just tell you, and I mean, I understand. I mean, I'm in a unique situation to where I've I've already gone through my business career. Many of these 10 million people or plus on Lineable, if they're working full time, they have trouble putting aside any time to do anything. Where, I have the luxury of, I can do what I want when I want, and I've enjoyed over the last couple of years spending like 40 hours a week or more just working with and helping people.
Excellent. Oh, well, thank you so much for being here and joining us. I know we do have another friend in the background here that I would love to bring on in and join this conversation. Stan Anderson is a wonderful gentleman that I get the pleasure of hearing his voice 5 mornings a week. And I would love to have you come on in, Stan, and share a bit with us with the Motivation Readers Mastermind Network. What is that all about? How did you get this started? Share a bit about what that is. And thank you so much for joining us.
It's my pleasure. It's my pleasure. Richard, thank you so much for what you just shared. Um, Motivation Readers Mastermind Network was really started as a desire to help individuals just be more and motivated and inspired to really do better in their businesses, and to really just have a great word of encouragement every morning before they started their business going. So we figured the best way to do that was actually to read some stories from some of the great motivational and inspirational books. And it was to all business people. It started out being um, professional cosmetologists who were the first members of the platform, and it was live. It was in person in Brooklyn, New York. And then after a while, we went to the free conference call platform, and then we branched into Zoom. And the thing that's weird about it is we basically have very, very rarely do we have any cosmetologists that are actually our that are actually our members now. You know, it just became a totally different group. And the inspiration to do this came from my former mentors, Dr. Joel Dudley, Sr., who just passed last year, of Dudley Products fame, one of the most successful Black hair care companies, enterprises that did its own distribution and own manufacturing and distribution. And S.B. Fuller, who was the founder and creator of Fuller Products Company back in the 30s, and who was the reason why so many Black people really just flocked to Chicago where he was, and Chicago became a Black business mecca because S.B. Fuller was there. And they both, Mr. S.B. Fuller and Mr. Joel Dudley, had meetings in the mornings at their business offices where they invited anyone to come in and hear and to read Think and Grow Rich in the morning and those kind of things. They wanted to inspire people to do business, and they had people from all walks of life and all businesses that came to their readings in the mornings at their manufacturing facility in Chicago, and Dudley at his in Greensboro, North Carolina. And then those people would go out to their various businesses inspired, you know? And of course, some of them came into the Fuller business. Some of them came into the Dudley business. Some of them did do that. And I just took on that tradition. I worked with Dudley myself as a salesperson for 20 years. So I wanted to bring that kind of encouragement, empowerment, and inspiration to people also.
I love that. It takes a special person to be in that position where they are that inspirational piece for others, that they're willing to step up and say, hey, I'm going to create this opportunity for whoever wants to come and join in.
Yeah.
And it's I love I didn't know the whole backstory. So I
That was the backstory.
that.
Yeah. And it's even more details to it, you know. But that's it. They inspired that. I came up in the organization. I was in the Fuller organization when I was a kid, 16 years old. One of the persons who was on the call tonight, Mastermind Kurt, her father, he's in his 90s now, invited me to the Fuller organization when I was 15 years old. And being a little crazy kid, my mom wanted somebody to speak to me and try to help me straighten me out a little bit. And I was a good student, but I just was starting to wanted to go out into the streets. And my mom introduced me to this man who had been selling to the family, selling Fuller product. And his name was Al Gaddy. His daughter was on our call tonight. Her name was Wanda Sykes. And I got introduced to Mr. Fuller at a young age, right? Very successful multimillionaire Black man, right? You didn't see too many of those, right? You didn't see any of them, right? And then Mr. Dudley, being a salesman of the Fuller Products Company, later on became very successful, multimillionaire himself, and he became my next mentor. Mr. Fuller had passed away. But they both opened their offices for anyone to come in to be inspired by reading Think and Grow Rich, Secret of the Ages, all these great books. Mr. Fuller and Mr. Dudley insisted that you read to be inspired and to be encouraged and to see what other people had done, and you can do it too, that kind of thing. So I just took on that tradition.
So how do people find out about what you're doing then?
Word of mouth. What happened was I started out with a group of cosmetologists in Brooklyn, right? I was still part-time selling Dudley products. I'd gone on out and I was selling Dudley products part-time now. My mentor, Joel Dudley, I just mentioned him. I was doing something part-time. I was working for the Department of Homeland Security full-time. I was an inspector at JFK, right? But the company inspired me so much over the years by its emphasis on helping to develop people who didn't even have to be a part of its organization, that I had to carry that on. And I thought about, I said, now how can I do this? They did it. I don't actually have an office where I'm bringing a big manufacturing facility like they did and offices to bring people in. But what can I do? I said, well, you know what? Everybody has a telephone. Let me start doing the same kind of thing on the telephone. And thank God for free conference call And then Zoom came along. So I just invited people. The first ones who came were cosmetologists. They invited other people from other business, like their cousins, their aunts or uncles or whatever. And eventually we started promoting it, and just making our organization and putting out some flyers, electronically and asking people to come. And that's how it happened.
Excellent. And so I get the pleasure of hearing your voice and all these others that join in the mornings. So Tuesday through Saturday morning at 7 a.m. Central. It's wonderful.
It's such a blessing that you and Mastermind Kurt are on. I mean, you guys make such a difference, because we always wanted our platform, we want to have everyone that has a desire. I don't care where they're from, what their past has been, how rich they are, how poor they are, whatever it is. We just want to have a diverse platform of people who want to be encouraged and inspired and want to encourage and inspire others to move forward in life with whatever their goals are. And you guys are just such a beautiful addition to our family. I am so blessed, and all of us are so blessed that you're a part of our family. Thank you so much for being there.
Oh, very kind of you. I think the blessing goes the other way around. I appreciate the opportunity to be able to be part of this group. It really is wonderful.
Thank you, and it's wonderful because one of the reasons why is because you're there.
I think everybody can feel how great this is and how really this is a unique group where everybody lifts each other up and shares from the heart, shares experience, all the things. It really, I can't say enough good things. So, Stan, thank you from the bottom of my heart for all you do with keeping this as alive and active and wonderful as it is.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much. And Richard, thank you so much for what you do and for being on Alignable and making what you do accessible to everyone. Not hitting everybody with the $5,000 fees, but you're going to get those in the future if that's what you want.
Oh, I'm not a coach, but I'm just saying that's my only word of warning is you just need to watch things. I mean,
Okay,
you can do it on a shoestring if you need to,
if
and
you
many
need to.
people do.
Thank you for that. Because I think I need to do that. Yeah. Yeah. And so our program is free too. Nobody has to, pay to be on any one of them. On Wednesday nights, we have the open mind where we take someone like yourself, Richard, like Sue, like Kurt, someone who's following their dreams. Success to us is not about money. Success to us is anyone who has stepped out and is following their dream, pursuing their dream. Because most people die with their dream still in them, with their song still in them, with their book still in them. So to us, anybody that has stepped out and is following their heart, whatever they're pursuing and they're doing it, it's not violating the rights of others. To us, that's the definition of success. And so we like to highlight anyone who's following their heart, following their dreams, and contributing. That's what we're all about. And our platform is free. We have a membership. People can become a member if they like, but they don't have to. They can still just show up. Yeah.
Well, and that aligns right here with what we do with the Today Show communities. We are a community, and I love being able to share other communities with those around us. And speaking of community, I got to bring Kurt in. He's in the background. He's
Yeah, I
listening.
see him up there.
He's been a big piece, a big let's see, I want to call him the glue that holds so much of all of this together. And if it wasn't for the things he's done, I would not have had the pleasure of meeting either of you. So, Kurt, it's all your fault, and thank you. I appreciate it. So, how are you doing tonight?
Absolutely fantastic. Yeah. There's no business like show business, like
That's right.
business I know. So, welcome to show business, folks. We are here to put on a show and show you how we do it here in the world in the realm of entertainment. And we've got a big gig coming up on Saturday, June 7th. It's a 9 to 5 Pacific, a noon to 8 regiment. We're going to be coming out on live streams, and with your help, we are aiming to reach millions and millions of people about our veterans. It's a Vets in Need initiative, a Veterans First initiative, and we're going to have Toronto with right here at the Disability Channel kicking it off and then passing it over to Illinois with partner Project Diehard, Sue and I being ambassadors of Project Diehard. And then we'll be swinging it down to Phoenix, Arizona. Phoenix, Arizona actually supplying the backbone to making the whole telethon possible, handling all of the switching and live stream technology, and then putting it over to Richie and Nori and the Los Angeles, California crew for the finale segment. And so our aim here is to track people all over to participate in any fashion they can. At Project iHeart, we say, please pray for us and our veterans, primarily our veterans, and for us trying to serve veterans. Share the mission. Share what you're seeing here at the Disability Channel and what you see through Project iHeart, People for a New America, the Veterans First initiative, and with the great Connect to Your City out of Phoenix, Arizona, with On the Mark, bringing us all together on that. So with all these groups coming together, that's what it's all about. We've seen this in the culmination of the Americans with Disabilities Act, how the 1980s brought it forward in 1990 that George H.W. Bush signed that law, that act into law. And so we're creating a similar type of movement. We're not worrying about the legislative side of it. We're just worried about the citizen action side of things in this relationship with veterans internationally. Disability Channel here based out of Toronto. And so we're getting a referral to a veteran group out of Mexico. So you don't know where this is going to spin off to, and you know that there are veterans all around the world. So this will be an international global outreach in live streaming fashion. So all of you out there, if you want to participate, be a part of it, contact us here at the Disability Channel, thedisabilitychannel.ca, and contact Sue and me through our Google Voice line, 262-372-1754. And then feel free to give me an email at Kurt. So Kurt, Kurt, at projectdiehard.org. So Sue, what are we off to next?
I was just going to share as well. You can always reach out my way as well if you have any questions, if you have any way that you would like to participate with us, because truly this takes a community to make this happen. So the telethon again is on June 7th. My email address is susan@projectdiehard.org. So please reach out, ask questions, see where you fit in the process here, because we definitely do need many hands to make light work, and it's for our veterans. What better reason than that? We owe them so much. So Richard, Stan, Kurt, thank you so much for being here. I cannot say how much what you guys are doing means to so many people. And I thank you very much for being here and sharing all the things with us. So for all at the Disability Channel and with the TDC Today's Show Communities platform, we thank